From Caracas, Venezuela, this is From the South, teleSUR English's daily news brief. My name is Reagan Devines. We begin with Hurricane Irma, which is leaving a path of devastation in the northern Caribbean islands. According to updates from the region, Hurricane Irma, one of the strongest storms ever recorded in the Atlantic basin, has caused major damage. In St. Martin, 4 of the island's strongest buildings were destroyed. The storm is due to hit Haiti, Cuba, and potentially Florida by the weekend. Brazil's federal police have seized a few suitcases and boxes filled with money in an apartment allegedly rented by former government minister Gedel Vera Lima. So far, police agents have counted in local currency the equivalent of more than 10 million euros, all hidden in a bunker on the property. The authorities moved on the suspicion of the existence of documents that they believe can prove Lima had broken the law. Vera Lima is reputed to have a close relationship with unelected President Michel Temer. He is currently under house arrest for obstruction of justice charges in relation to a corruption investigation. On Tuesday, Venezuela's National Constituent Assembly met to discuss the incorporation of the nation's youth in the constitution. Meanwhile, Venezuelan youth from different disciplines, ages and social backgrounds participated in an historic event in front of the plenipotentiary power. They held debates on the purpose of gathering proposals that could later be included in the new constitution. During the Constituent Assembly session, a decree on youth affairs was also approved.
Ese acercamiento del que hablaban.
This approach that all of these young people are talking about is precisely about that unity. That because of love for sport, it teaches you the love for your flag, the love for your nation. We could never allow our flag to be upside down, because we as athletes represent 30 million Venezuelans. We don't represent just a small minority.
Bolivia has managed to cut the rate of child mortality in half. This is according to recent information from the Health Ministry, which says that child mortality for children under 1 year of age decreased by 52% between the years 2008 and 2016. The maternal mortality rate decreased by 30% in the last 8 years. The ministry also highlighted the landmark achievement because of efforts like the Juana Azurduy Bonus, a social program that subsidizes the expenses of pregnant women in Bolivia for life. In Honduras, campesino women who live in extreme poverty are asking the government of Juan Orlando Hernandez for assistance. They are requesting agricultural credits meant to help them find work and improve their conditions. In the Central American nation, 1 million women are estimated to be employed in the agriculture sector, however, with no legal security or aid from the local government. Many have no option but to work in substandard conditions. In the United States, protesters made their way to Washington, D.C. to demonstrate against the government's decision to end the DACA program. A papier-mâché effigy of U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions was paraded through the streets and toppled from its pedestal. Protests also took place in several other cities such as Los Angeles, San Francisco, and New York. The House of Representatives has approved roughly $8 billion in initial emergency aid for relief and rebuilding in Texas after Hurricane Harvey tore through the state on August 25th. The House passed a measure which provides over $7 billion for the Federal Emergency Management Agency and $450 million for the Small Business Administration will now go to the Senate. Hundreds of nurses from Britain's National Health Service protested outside the Houses of Parliament in London, demanding an end to the government's pay cap on public sector workers.
Scrap the cap, make it fair. I mean, we work really hard, and there's a lot of people that aren't able to support themselves and are having to leave the profession because they're not getting what they deserve and what they can support themselves on.
And finally, we head to India, where journalist and activist Gauri Lankesh, well known for her opposition to right-wing Hindu nationalism, has been murdered. Lankesh was shot and killed as she returned to her home from work on Tuesday night. Head now to our website, telesurtv.net/English, to learn more on this story. Remember, you can update yourself on today's top stories via social media on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. For telesur English, I'm Reagan Devines.